Thank you so much, Dr. Makary, for taking time to meet with me. I've found that most parents would do anything to keep their children safe and healthy, which is why we probably see so much intense debate on the best ways to protect our children. And the FDA has historically been seen as the authority on reliable information about public health issues related to medical products, food, tobacco, cosmetics, dietary supplements. However, people are getting their information in many different ways now, in many different places. And we're faced with a growing challenge of opinions replacing scientific consensus and the proliferation of misinformation and disinformation. Parents need accurate, science-based information to help make informed decisions for their children. How would you use your position as FDA commissioner to compete with uninformed voices and to share evidence-based, consensus-driven information that is free from political influence?
Well, thank you, Senator, and I enjoyed our time meeting together. I believe very much in empowering people with good information. That's why I've written 3 best-selling books to try to educate people about health. And I do think you can explain to people with humility what we know and what we don't know, and then they're going to trust us more. Trust in doctors and hospitals is at a crisis right now. It was 71% in 2019. 71% of the public trusted us in 2019. Now it's down to 40%. That's a 31-point drop in my profession. That is a major problem. If we have the cure for pancreatic cancer, but only 40% of the public is going to come in and take it because the rest doesn't trust us, then that medication is only 40% effective. So I think we fight bad ideas with more ideas. I do not believe in censorship of scientific opinions. I think we need a civil discourse. Unfortunately, we have a sort of toxic discourse right now in the United States and the politicalization of immune cells in some cases.
One of my big concerns is that who those voices are and that they really be robust, scientifically trusted messengers as well. One of the other big issues that we're facing are drug shortages that have reached an all-time high, threatening access to products that we use every day, from IV bags to life-saving drugs for cancer. It's particularly concerning for children's hospitals because of pediatric drugs and supplies that must be formulated to accommodate children's unique needs. Do you agree, and this is kind of a yes or no, this is a yes or no. Do you agree that the FDA should play a leading role in mitigating drug shortages?
I love yes and no questions.
Good. Can you do it?
A leading role. They should take a role. I think the problem is much bigger than the FDA.
So yes or no, you're like not sure if it's a yes or no.
I would refer you to my article in JAMA on this topic.
And I want to shift to clinical trials as well. You agreed, we talked about the importance of clinical trial diversity, but I want an assurance that you will stand up to any Trump administration actions that conflict with this. So again, yes or no, do you believe clinical trial diversity is critically important? That's an easy one.
Well, if you're talking about a trial of sickle cell disease, are we saying that we need to have white people in a trial of sickle cell disease? I believe in common sense, and I believe in clinical trial diversity both. And so I believe if you're going to make results extrapolated to the general population, you should have results in those populations that you're making recommendations for.
That one was an easy one. Do you think it is acceptable for the administration to remove congressionally mandated guidance document on clinical trial diversity?
I'm not familiar with that.
Should you be confirmed, will you reinstate and finalize this document after you look at it as one of your first actions? Would you take a look at that? Could you commit to looking at that?
Yes, Senator.
Good answer. Will you restore the website for the Office of Minority Health and Health Equity?
I'm not familiar with that website, Senator.
If there was one, and you knew there was one, would you restore the website that would provide information to the American people?
I think you're asking me to make a decision on information that I don't have, so you have my commitment to take a look at.
If you got the opportunity to review the website, and then know that it would help to spread real information, science-based information, would you reinstate that website?
I would be happy to review it.
I have more questions that I will send as for the record, but particularly I'm concerned also about the Vaccines for Children program and making sure with you've heard our colleagues talk about the cancellation of the meeting. This is not just about cost for families, which is huge right now, but it's also about coverage. And so I yield back my time, and I thank you so much, Doctor.
Thank you, Senator.